All right, for seat 1, question 1, and this is for Mr. Achenberg. Please address the choice of a central versus on-site treatment method as a method of meeting required wastewater standards, and what proposals you have to address the problem of treating our wastewater.
The treatment of wastewater, in my mind, it needs to be treated centrally and regionally. Council made a decision earlier this year to send its waste to Key Largo.
Question 1.
And, excuse me, Council made its decision earlier this year to send its waste to Key Largo. That decision is being working. The implementation of that decision is being worked on now. The Senate Bill 2018, which will be, it was introduced today in the Senate, was the Florida legislature opened its session today, calls for regionalization and central sewers in Monroe County. Although there is a caveat there, which allows for decentralization or on-site plants, which must meet 10-10-10-1 standards, which right now are very difficult to do. But the proper and best way to treat our waste is to treat it centrally and regionally, sending it to Key Largo. Thank you.
Same question, Mr. Bates, right? Mr. Bates, you want to read the question again?
No, thank you very much. I am all for pursuit of looking at home-based systems and also retrofitting our existing plants. I've been up to existing sewer plants to meet 10-10-10-1 standards. Here is 2018 as of today. I wish we would have been more involved in the amendments in this important Tallahassee. If I'm fortunate enough to be elected by you, I will be up in Tallahassee putting our voices into this. I've been for 4 years for the Key Largo option, have worked hard and vigorously to let the council see the benefit of Key Largo taking our wastewater, and we still don't have any kind of rough draft agreement that can be signed at any time. In fact, right now, the Key Largo wastewater, as you saw in the paper last Wednesday, is being very much alienated by our council because of the $5.2 million that we lost in grant, funding, and we're not willing to admit it because we're holding back till after the election. This kind of transparency will not happen with me as your council person. So we need real solutions. We have to clean up our water. We have to fix this thing. And we wasted $20 million. It's time to get some real direction. My engineering background will help.
Oh, that was good. For seat 2, question 5. And the first question, the first person is Ms. Zima Borski. And number 5 is, elaborate on your approach to the environment through such methods such as waste management, recycling, water reuse, etc.
I believe that among the council, I am one of the biggest proponents of our environment. I think most of us are down here because of our special environment, and my promotion of acquiring state funding for the 9-acre key tree cactus shows my commitment to the environment. That was something that was accomplished in the past 2 years, and of course that special property preserves an endangered species, one of only 8 key tree cactuses in the world. In addition to that example, I believe that our reuse line that will go from North Plantation Key to the park will help us save money in terms of watering our fields, keeping them green, and of course this council has heavily promoted and pursued reuse. this council also actively pursued recycling opportunities, and we were the first community in the Keys that were able to recycle plastics 1 through 6, as well as office paper at our home recycling bins. So not only glass, not only plastic, but office paper and plastics 1 through 6 were pursued by this council, and our agreement with Veolia insisted that we have those opportunities at home. Thank you.
Mr. Purdo, you need me to repeat the question?
Yeah, please repeat the question, Larry.
Okay, question number 5 is elaborate on your approach to the environment through such methods such as waste management, recycling, water use, etc.
Yes to all. When I first came here 33 years ago, we used to have oil slicks out there. We used to dump our line in the water, things we didn't know about. And over time, it's really helped. Recently, I've been a advocate about having our water checked in North Plantation Key Colony because of the 90-foot wells. Council directed the manager to get the wells checked, and we still haven't had it checked. So as far as water quality from our own sewers right now, I'm a little concerned. Are we creating a monster for our future if we don't have that water checked? DEP says that on their own website that one of the biggest pollutions in the Florida Keys is shallow water wells. Why can't we get the water checked? But recycling is a must. We recycle at home, and I think the Keys should go green. Some of our motels have already jumped on the scene with that, and Don Zimmerman was one of the first ones at the motel to go green. And we just need to clean up our whole system, starting with water, starting with having it checked. Thank you.
Thank you. Seat 3. The first question is for Mr. Halenza, and the question is number 3. In these difficult economic times, what is your business plan for Islamorada not only to survive, but also to grow and prosper?
He should have answered the question first. He's the one with the business plan. I think Islamorada has to have the most efficient government that we can accomplish that still meets the goals of the citizens. My small business experience for the last 30 years will serve me well, I think, because small businesses have to be extremely tight with funds. You've got to meet payroll, pay the rent, the phone, keep the lights on. And that cash flow situation, the village is a little different. It's not a business. It doesn't make money. It takes money and spends money. The object is to take as little as possible and accomplish what the residents desire of their government. We need to look at all departments. The budget process is extremely critical. I'd like to get the residents more involved in the budget process by having something more than just a budget workshop to encourage people to attend and let their feelings be known on just what they expect out of the village government, with sewers hanging over our head potentially, or some form of compliance with the 2010 mandate. That's a big monkey on our back that necessitates that we even further cut back on our ad valorem taxes. We need to go for every grant. We don't have a grant writer on staff right now. Grants could help us out tremendously in a lot of different areas, and I don't think we're pursuing them as fully as we could.
Time. Thank you. Mr. Phillipson, you need the question reread?
Yes, please.
Thank you. In these difficult economic times, what is your business plan for Islamorada not only to survive, but also to grow and prosper?
All business plans start with a mission statement and a goal. It starts with a budget, an organizational chart, defined duties, periodic review of these duties, periodic review of new technology. What is our customer base, which happens to be our citizens? Achieving our goals and our mission, examining the costs, the budget, the organizational chart, the efficiency, the service level, and then the change of a course or direction. And we are a business. It has to run like a business, needs to be